feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
Spotify first artist to 50 million monthly listeners. Yeah. Drake was the first one to reach 50 billion. Oh, no, 50 billion streams. No, I'm talking about monthly listeners. He's the first to reach 50 million streams. But I think 50 million monthly listeners, he was the first to reach. And again, that broke the whole market for how many people were listening to people just on Spotify. Then I think Taylor came and helped it. And then obviously now, The Weeknd and obviously everybody else, they're pushing it further. But what that does is it kind of dilutes, if you ask me, it dilutes how important Drake is to like a Spotify or even Apple Music. And I think when you're seeing what Drake fans are seeing now and they're like, no, he's getting treated differently. No, they're just treating him like, nigga, you're just one of the rest. And for me, that's not suppression. That's just what it is. So I guess I said all that to say I don't think he's being suppressed, but I do think they're not treating him like a tier 1 artist. That's it. All right. This is the number one or the charts for this week. We got SZA with Luther. Kendrick and SZA, Luther. Kendrick Not Like Us. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Okay. Kendrick and Lefty Gunplay. And Kendrick, Squabble Up. I gotta give Kendrick some props, right? By the way, I don't think this is UMG just doing some weird shit. I think as much as I didn't approve of Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, I thought it was garbage. The way that he laid out those songs has those songs gaining this significant boost even second week. So this is the second week chart since the Super Bowl. And you're realizing, a lot of people are saying, why didn't you perform Swimming Pools? Why didn't you perform these other songs? Well, he kept it GNX. And not only did last week these songs chart, look like a lot of people discovered these songs. And for the subsequent week, they've charted again. This isn't on GNX, but this is. This is on GNX, and this is on GNX. So to occupy 4 out of the top 5 spots, yes, the Super Bowl helped, but you got to give him credit for, I think that was a smart move, right? Smart move in getting the songs to chart. It's not a smart move if you plan to do the Super Bowl again. I personally don't believe they'll ever book Kendrick Lamar to do a Super Bowl again. And I actually personally believe that hip-hop won't be at the Super Bowl next year. I think Kendrick fucked it up for everybody. I think he did a Drake-obsessed, war cry that was so aimed at Drake. He did a good job with that, but he lost everybody else, and he took a global moment and made it a hood moment. And for that, I know somebody I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Yeah, never compromise. Cool. I thought he could have done a better job by balancing it. Because here's the thing. They'll let you get it off once, but next year, I think they're going to tap Jay on the shoulder and say, Brother Jay, we know that we gave you the keys to this, but could we bring Bruno Mars up here? Could we bring, you could keep some black people. Bring Pharrell up here. I'm happy. Let's do that. We don't want this extra wrapped out shit where people are going to fall asleep. You get what I'm saying? So it looked like it paid off. And if you ask me, Kendrick comes across like a very selfish nigga. I don't think he give a fuck about what that might do for hip hop. That was for him, right? That was for, I don't like Drake, fuck Drake, and this is to prove I'm now bigger than Drake. He got that off. But I don't think that performance did any, I don't think it did any, it didn't do any service for hip hop and future hip hop performance, right? I think people, you would have to literally be pretty brain dead to say the takeaway from that Super Bowl performance was that we need to have more rappers there. I think the takeaway was no. Unless it's going to be a medley, right? No. So, is what it is. Give Me a Hug is at number 6. APT, Bruno Mars. I ain't been listening to Bruno Mars. That nigga's that lit right now? Holy. I see some people saying cap. What are we capping? What's so cap, Chad? Yeah, it's a J for to have Post Malone and Morgan Wallen next year. Clearly Me says I'm a hater. No, yo, clearly me. I'm not a hater. Like, y'all gotta, bro, I'm giving Kendrick props this whole time. Outside of what we love hip hop. My nigga, we wish he would have stuck his middle finger out and spit at the camera and said, fuck you, Drake. We love hip hop. This is the Super Bowl. It's a lot of 40-year-old white men. There's 50-year-old billionaires and millionaires. They're appealing to people who are watching globally. That, yes, this is a thing that Drake and Kendrick are beefing, but they want to hear international songs. Like, I think that's not like a hater perspective. It's not a hater perspective. Somebody says Eminem. Well, I could see Eminem, but I still don't think Eminem gets it by himself. Anyway. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, Shabuzi. Oh my God, this song is still top 10? Yo, Shabuzi has fed his family for generations off of this song. Lord Jesus, if it's not Diamond already, it's gonna be. And then Nokia at number 10. I don't know if the list has been updated yet. Let's see if it is. Apparently, he charted 18 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. No, this is the old one. This is from last week. Yeah, this is from last week. All right. Yeah, congratulations to Kendrick. Congratulations to Drake. I mean, I'm still sitting here saying, yo, we got to get past this, but like, the numbers are kind of showing that people don't give a fuck about nothing else. We're going into the third month of the year, so first quarter is about to be done, and yes, we had Lil Baby drop, but nobody else in hip-hop we have cared about dropping music. We've cared about more stuff by Kendrick and so Kendrick Lamar's old works was not old necessarily because GNX was dropped in December. GNX has been charting pretty well, and now Drake is charting. Again, this music industry right now is a 2-man ISO box out. Nobody knows and cares. You know, I always shout, you know, my favorite artist, Vibes Cartel, when he was beefing with Mavado, he said he loved that time. He said nobody cared about nobody else. I think right now nobody cared about nobody else rap-wise. Like, you can't tell me, name some people who we are, other than Cardi, right? Name some people who we are like, yo, I can't wait for that person to drop this year. I'm looking in the chat right now. Y'all name some people. By the way, Big Cap, No Cap, thank you for the 2 on Rumble. Says people get so caught up in the Super Bowl like Drake fans are saying Kendrick is just trash when, no, Kendrick is a great artist. That Super Bowl performance was just not it. Yo, Big Cap, No Cap, I keep telling you, we're in politics now. Yo, you can't say nothing good about, you can't give Kendrick critique and props. You got to be straight dick riding or straight hating. Right? Like, for example, like, watch, the Kendrick fans are going to try to clip some stuff that I said today and be like, oh, no, he's criticizing Drake. Bro, that's probably the worst part of hip-hop at this point. You ready for the clips? All right, okay. You see, but I feel like we used to have, like, a list of artists that we knew culturally was going to make this huge splash. And I don't know if Future is dropping again. Obviously, Future would be on that list, but Future dropped 2 albums last year, right? We're talking more mainstream artists, so no disrespect to the clips. Somebody says, who? Wayne? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Wayne is at that. I think Wayne is still, he's in a nostalgia bubble. If he drops, say he drops Carter, what did he say, Carter 6? There's going to be people who have been invested in his career. They're going to go check out Carter 6. But I don't think the culture is going to, like, even when he dropped Carter 5, that was dope. He had the, what the fuck, yo? great. He had some songs that people liked, but culturally, I don't think it really didn't change the conversation of where rap was at that time. Somebody said Kanye bully. Okay, Kanye could, yeah. Okay. DC, I'm reading the chats. I'm reading Rumble. Queen of Topics was good. She says Drake is currently not charting, LOL. He pulled up the current Billboard and said it was old. No, Queen of Topics, that is old. That is old. Oh my God, Queen of Topics, I love you. But so when it says week of February 22, it's actually for the week before that. So Billboard has to explain. They need to put a parentheses here. So Not Like Us was number one last week. This week, Luther's number one. That's why I said this is last week's chart. So yeah. So Drake had no song. Drake album dropped on this Friday. So yeah, if you didn't understand. So this is the old chart. They announce the chart today. They do it at noon. They actually have a special live stream. I don't know if you guys care, but Billboard, if you could pay for a membership and watch them do all that shit. And they announced the charts today. They write a bunch of articles, and then tomorrow this website will be updated, if you don't know, okay? The Fall Off by Cole. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I feel like I'm shitting on Cole, but like, I got to hear an album full with this nigga capping at me, talking about, yo, I would have smoked everybody in the game. They lucky Kendrick is my friend. Like, no, nigga, man, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. Smirk. So Lil Durk's been had his album finished at. Like, his album has been completed. And what's been going on is that, you know, anytime when it comes to a RICO or something that's very federal like that, everybody gets antsy because are you going to put out material that might, you know, be used in trying to convict him? So from what I heard, they have went through that a lot. Did I ever tell you that I was talking to my man Duty Low was just like, yo, Dirk said, yo, says send him your email address. So Dirk's supposed to like email me or some shit like that. I know when you in the feds you can email niggas. Yo, me and Dirk about to be pen pals on the email. That's fire. Chat, what should I email him and tell him? I gotta tell him some good shit. But like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Since you got locked up, streets been dry, nigga. Murder rate went down. What should I tell him? A Boogie? That's what I'm talking about. The A Boogies, the Roddy Riches, the Polo Gs. I want to see where those artists, like, can they make a moment? And I think all of them need to make a moment, right? For their next projects. Could they make a moment that the culture even acknowledges? Because right now I feel like it's still election season. Drake's, Kendrick. Everybody care about that issue, and then any other rapper, unless you're like Kanye that could carve out a moment for yourself, people don't really care. Somebody said YB. He said tell him YB coming home. I'm not trolling that nigga. Get out of here. Somebody said Tory. Tory's gonna drop an album apparently next month. Tory's dropping, from what I heard, was like March 7th or something like that. I think it's so hard to create a moment from jail. Somebody said Roddy got no fans. I think Roddy got fans. Somebody said we care about Kendrick. All right. Well, what again? Somebody said Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott could do that, right? So there's a handful of guys, and I don't think this is their cycle. So this year, I've always said this. January to March, well, really, December is the best time to drop like that last week because you get no competition in January. Nobody drops, right? And when there's no competition, your shit's going to rise to the top if you just drop. This is a year that I don't think we're going to get a lot of big artists dropping. I know Cole is supposed to drop. So Cole's supposed to drop. Who else is supposed to drop? I don't think Travis is dropping. Future might drop a mixtape, but like, is he gonna drop an album that he's rolling out like we don't like you? I don't think so. So yeah, Kanye might come, but it's like this might be the down year that we're just still focused on Drake and Kendrick for the rest of the year. Somebody said Cash Cobain. I don't think Cash is at the level where he could create a moment yet. Somebody says Cardi. Yeah, of course, Cardi would be a guy that could create a moment, but we don't know when Cardi's dropping. Somebody said YFN Lucci. No. Young Thug. I'm interested to see what Young Thug is doing. Aren't y'all? Why is Young Thug taking so long to drop? Now, of course, I get it. You know, he was locked up for a while and this and third, but I'm expecting the rollouts of all rollouts when Thug is dropping. One thing I've given Thug credit on, and I hate to say this guy might have helped him, but I think he did. Lear Cohen helped Young Thug figure out how to roll out music properly. Remember, he used to just drop mixtape after mixtape, and they would all do 30K. And then he finally, start reining it in, picking better songs, and then doing a rollout. And then he started doing over 100. Especially with So Much Fun, it was a good one. What I believe that Thug next rollout is going to be elaborate. I think he's going to have all of the stars on it. Shit, I wouldn't even be surprised if we see Drake on a Metro beat in that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Drake and Future on a song. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised. On Thug's project. Because I do believe that Thug has enough respect that he could get these guys to not make bygones be bygones, but nigga, y'all on my album and he on the song, you on the song. Anybody got a problem? Go ahead, Thug. So, whenever that drops, I think that's going up as well. All right. So I said Ken Carson with more chaos. Yeah, I've been watching Ken Carson's run, man. That boy's on fire. Okay. All right. What else is going on other than that? Has Party Next Door said anything? Party has not said a fucking word. Party has not said a goddamn word. Has Drake said nothing? Okay. I think this is Drake's security. And he says, must have became so relatable they started think I was one of them. The laughing thing. I guess this is pictures at his shows. They're doing mosh pits in Sydney, Australia. Chubbs and Drake. Okay. See Gord over there. All right. You know, I realized Drake looks younger, pause. He looks younger with without the braids. He looks younger without the braids. I think there was a time, and maybe it was just Battle Drake, he was looked like, maybe it was age of stress, I don't know. He was looking older. He looks younger with the fucking haircut like that. It kind of looks like 2013 Drake once again. Promoting steak like a motherfucker. All right. And let me just jump on to his counterpart. This is his counterpart, I guess. They're stuck together like Siamese twins. So Kendrick Lamar, I've seen people say this. They say he can't sell his tickets. They said despite all this charting, his tickets in LA haven't been sold out. Let me see. This is what people are saying. I've seen some videos on it. I don't even know if it's... And we'll do a fact check of it. This will be a fact check thing. This is not a narrative I want to push or nothing like that. Again, men lie, women lie. Fucking numbers don't. Or maybe I'm bullshitting. Maybe I didn't see a video on it. I seen like some TikToks on it. They're like, yo, he can't sell out the whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me just go to YouTube. I don't know why I seen this bullshit. Oh, okay. Unless they were old. I thought I seen it on like one of them pages. Okay, it's probably old then. It's like some guy like in front of a green screen like talking about it. Saying the nigga couldn't sell this shit out. Anyway, let's look at like first and foremost, like, and again, I'm taking Kendrick's side on this. You're not gonna get me to believe that Kendrick can't sell out whatever tickets he wants to sell out in LA. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not delusional. I'll go to Ticketmaster and figure out. Somebody sent me the video because it was kind of going viral a bit, where people were like, "Yo, the math isn't mathin'."